Hey, what is going on, you guys? Welcome back. This video right here is going to be a lot of bits and pieces from stuff I've already recorded, because I have scrapped a lot of the things I tried to do, and I'm going to just combine them into this one video. I planned on doing a couple of vlogs while I was out, and it just didn't happen. But mainly because of the weather. Like the first 2.5 days that I was out in this little trip, this is my last trip of the year. I just doing an out and back from Texas, and yeah, this did not work out because it rained nonstop for the first 2 days. And one of the biggest reasons that was kind of a letdown was because that I actually had the reason that I actually went to Texas. I hadn't been there in a very long time, probably since the beginning of this year. The vehicle that took me out there was a dealership in town where I live got a hold of me and asked me if I would transport something for them that they sold. What ended up being a Ram TRX, which was pretty sweet and would have been a great opportunity, you know, to kind of showcase. But the weather just didn't play. Like I said, it rained nonstop. Any break that I did get, it was dark. So, you know, and of course, you know, now we're in winter months, and when it's overcast, raining like that, it gets dark even sooner. So I just really ran out of time every single day. It wasn't fun. But anyway, I did get some footage of some things that I wanted to put together and make their own video, but I'll just kind of combine it all and just kind of talk about it in this. So the first thing we'll talk about is the TRX that actually sent me out on this trip. Really sick truck. I've seen and heard about a lot of them. This is the first one that I've gotten to haul. It was a 22 and had 17 miles on it. The thing was nice. And it was like a charcoal gray with the black trim. I think the brand new ones for this year, I think one of the colors that was showcased is that crazy orange. I like this one a lot better. That thing's just nasty. So nice. But we'll go ahead and show you the little bit that I did record on that, and then we'll come back and jump into the next topic. All right, so on this trip, I had a Tahoe, a Civic, and a TRX. And I didn't get to record picking up the TRX, but I had to just take it off the trailer to get the Tahoe off of there. And we're gonna put it back on, but we'll check it out. 2022 Raptor Killer. This thing's nice. Charcoal on black. Tag inside. Yeah. Tag inside here. 702 horsepower. Supercharged 6.2. 17 miles on this dude. Alright, so let's check the engine out. We'll load it up. See what we're working with over here. Oh, a bunch of plastic. Yeah. Give me orange. The old twister on top. Wish I could get on this thing, but not being brand new. All right, let's load her up. all in all, sick truck. I did not show me delivering that, which kind of broke the vlog up a lot because it was a residential delivery, and the guy was in a pretty big hurry to get his vehicle, so it wasn't a lot of smiles and you know, look arounds and talk about it. It was kind of a, you know, here, sign this and I'm out type deal. So no big deal, you know, keeps my day running, but not good for videos. So anyway, the second thing I want to talk about is this was the first run since all the tornadoes came through my area. And I don't know if you guys keep up with me on social media or if you follow me at all on YouTube. I think a lot of you guys know where I'm from. I am from West Kentucky, where all these tornadoes came through. Yes, we did make it out unscathed as far as damage goes. The brunt of that storm, the tornado that wrecked Mayfield, Kentucky, which is about 20 minutes west of where I live, it followed the interstate up and missed my house by about 8 miles. Now my wife and I were watching the storms on our phones. You know, we were watching the live stream from the local news channel, and they were showing the trajectory path of everything. And the scary thing, and this is while we still had phone service, it hit Mayfield, but this storm it shocked everybody. Okay, especially it was kind of wild to see the facial expression changes and even the tone from our meteorologist on the news station, to see the impact of this, and the fact that this thing went right through the middle of Mayfield, like right through town. This thing got so big that, you know, I think at times it was a mile wide. They were measuring it on the live stream, but the debris cloud was so heavy and thick that it was actually showing up as its own little cell on the radar. So they knew exactly where it was, and it was easy to trace. And the trajectory on that was straight towards my mother's house, which lives about 25 minutes north of me. And the storm went kind of southwest to northeast. So like I said, it missed us by about 8 miles, followed the interstate pretty much, I-69, which we still call the Parkway, but it's I-69 now. I immediately got a hold of my mother because one of the other things that they had mentioned on this was that this tornado itself was traveling at 55 to 60 miles per hour. That's how fast the storm was moving. On top of the fact that, you know, that the wind reports were like 150 and up. But the trajectory was straight toward my mother's house. I frantically called her once I saw where it was going, and they started to, you know, the confirmed reports in Mayfield started to kind of pour in for people that still had cell service at that time. And I was starting to get really worried because I couldn't get a hold of my mother. Finally did. I woke her up. Because this thing hit at night. I mean, it was late at night, and I think it was about 9:30 when I got a hold of her, and I told her, you know, it's like, luckily her neighbor's home has a storm shelter, so told her what was going on, told her she might want to pull up the news on her phone, or, you know, throw it on the TV if that was still an option, because stuff was getting ripped down as we were speaking. You know, the high tension wires were coming down over the interstate. The damage that this thing did to the infrastructure of our utilities was insane. And the storm ended up missing my mother by about 8 miles. Now, I didn't know that right off the bat, so I jumped in the truck once it passed and headed out to go see my mom. And like I said, the way that this thing traveled cut off every single road for me to get to her. Any avenue I wanted to take. The interstate was out. All the little back roads were out because she lived straight north of me. And this thing completely sawed off that section between us. It just completely cut it off. You couldn't come down or go up. So that was worrisome until I heard from her. And but the damage this thing did, guys, just unreal for where we live. You know, we don't see this at all. We get tornadoes every once in a while, but it's next to nothing. The damage this thing did, I'll show you in some videos that I took and some still pictures from when it first happened, if you guys, you know, haven't seen it already, which I know, you know, I'm a little late on it, but we didn't get utilities back for, God, after that storm hit. It was 3 days later, I think we actually started to get power. The cell phone service was super weird. We were starting to get bars and show that we had service, but phone conversations, texts were stalled and would fail, and data was pretty much non-existent. It was really strange to see that you had cell service, but you really didn't. Of course, the internet was out, which is what I usually rely on when I'm at home, is Wi-Fi. And my mother, on the other end, we have well water, so we had no water because the electric was out. We don't have a generator to power all that. She was on city water, and that's where, like I said, it ripped up the infrastructure so hard and damaged the right things that it actually shut down the water plant. So she had no water, you know, no power. Nobody had anything. It was crazy. The gas station, I'll show that too. The line to the one station that had a generator that was open in Callaway County, which is where I live, the line to that was like half a mile long on both sides. You know, there were people cutting over on different streets, and we needed gas, so I had to go sit in that line. But it was unreal. This type of stuff you don't experience where I live, and no one was ready for it. It puts a lot of things into perspective, and especially the time of year that this hit. I mean, this is a December tornado. It was 72. We've had nothing but south winds almost all year. I mean, even now it's December, well, that hit on December 10th, the night of December 10th. And right now it's December 21st. And I'm in a t-shirt, you know, I'm not too far from home. It's just crazy. It's been a south wind all year. It's just pushing up the warm air. We can't shake it. But yeah, just wild. Just super crazy. Like I said, this thing hit at, you know, late at night. To have a December tornado do this type of, like, we've never seen anything like this, not in my lifetime anyway. And the families that's been displaced through this is heavy on my mind. I know it's heavy on the mind of a lot of people in the area, because the damage that you'll see in the videos, you know, this is going down roads that I grew up on. You know, houses that I used to go hang out at as a kid that are gone, you know, and it's not just the houses. I mean, even the woods behind the house are gone. Like it scalped the landscape in a lot of places, and just whole communities and little neighborhoods or subdivisions, if you want to call it that, are level. I mean, just gone. And it's a crazy thing to see, and it's a nice thing to see though, and just bad time of year for all this, you know, right here before Christmas. But it's a nice thing to see the pouring in of help that we have received in the area, or in the communities, you know, from out of state, far out of state. I think there's people there from Ohio, people there from Minnesota. It's just crazy to see that. Of course, we had a ton of power lines down. The utility companies that are down the side of the road replacing entire, you know, 1 mile sections of poles. You know, it's truck names that you've never seen before. It's just cool to see these workers come in that time of need. It's really neat to see, and we need it. We really do. So I'm gonna end this video with that footage. Keep in mind, guys, that a lot of this stuff I've cut out, but you know, these are people searching for what was, you know, their entire life as far as tangible things go. You know, in their neighbor's yard, in the road, in ditches. So as far as the comments go on this video, if we could kind of, you know, keep that mellow, I'd really appreciate that. I know they would too. I'll be watching for it. But yeah, we made it, and there's a lot of people that didn't, unfortunately. And Just want to kind of show you what the area looked like from my perspective and from the ground. You know, not a lot of aerial footages, but we were driving around, you know, to places where we have family, and it's crazy to see. Yeah, and so I'll leave it at that, and we'll catch you guys next time.